If you're waiting for motivation, you're already losing. Alright, time for some tough love. If you're sitting around, waiting for that magical lightning bolt of motivation to strike before you start your side hustle, your content, your online business, you've already lost. Yeah, I said it. And deep down, you know it's true. Motivation is like that friend who's always 5 minutes away but somehow still hasn't left their house. You're staring at the door, they're still in the shower. Fear trigger. Here's the problem, life doesn't pause while you get in the mood. Right now, there's someone out there, just as smart as you, just as capable as you, maybe even less talented, but they're moving. And while you're waiting to feel ready, they're taking the opportunities, the clients, the views, the income, that could have been yours. Humor beat. And I get it, you want the perfect vibe. The right playlist. The candle lit. Coffee at the perfect temperature. Maybe even a vision board session before you start. But let's be real, you're turning getting ready into a part-time job. Set up for the main message. Here's the thing no one told you in school, you don't wait for motivation to start. You start, and motivation shows up after. And in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to prove it to you, give you a game plan to move without it, and if you follow this, yeah, your whole life can look different in the next 30 days. Mini story tease. I learned this the hard way, sitting broke in a tiny apartment, waiting for inspiration to magically show up and change my life. Guess how that worked out? Spoiler, it didn't. But when I flipped the script, everything changed. Story. A few years back, I was in a rut. I'd clock out from my 9 to 5, get home, tell myself, I'll work on my business later, once I feel ready. And then? Netflix. Scrolling. Sleeping. The cycle repeated for months. I convinced myself I was waiting for the right moment. But really? I was just waiting for my feelings to give me permission. The wake-up moment. One night, I stumbled across a simple quote, action doesn't follow motivation. Motivation follows action. And I don't know why, but it hit different that day. Like, maybe I'd been waiting for the wrong thing this whole time. Pattern interrupt, playful. I was basically the guy who waits for the treadmill to start moving before stepping on it, not realizing I was supposed to press start. What I did next. That night, I decided, no hype music, no perfect setup, I just start. I opened my laptop and worked on one small task for a side hustle idea. 15 minutes in, I wasn't tired anymore. 30 minutes later, I was, actually excited. And here's the kicker, I wasn't excited before starting. I became excited because I started. Fear reminder. If I'd waited until I felt ready, I'd probably still be in that same apartment, on that same couch, watching other people live the life I wanted. That was a terrifying thought, so I never let myself go back. Lesson 1, your brain is wired against you. Your brain's default mode is to avoid discomfort. Work feels uncomfortable until you've shown your brain it's worth it. The second you start, your brain goes, oh, we're doing this. Okay, fine. That's why starting is 90% of the battle. Lesson 2, the 5-minute rule. Commit to just 5 minutes of the thing you're avoiding. Write one line, send one pitch, research one topic. 9 times out of 10, you'll keep going. You don't need to climb the whole mountain, just take the first step. Lesson 3, forget the perfect moment myth. Waiting for the perfect time is like waiting for a unicorn to pick you up for work. Not gonna happen. The right time is the moment you decide. Even messy action beats perfect inaction. Lesson 4, momentum motivation. Once you've started, momentum builds. Small wins fuel bigger wins. And that momentum? It becomes more powerful than motivation, because it's proof you're making progress. Humor beat. Motivation is like Wi-Fi, it's amazing when it's there, but you can't rely on it. Momentum is like mobile data, it works everywhere, even when conditions aren't perfect. Your 7-day momentum challenge. Pick one thing you've been putting off. Break it into micro steps so small, they feel stupidly easy. Do the first step right now, yes, before the day ends. Repeat for 7 days. No skipping. No, I didn't feel like it. Track your wins, no matter how tiny. Why it works. This builds a feedback loop. You start, you get a result, your brain craves more, you start again. In a week, you'll notice you're acting before your feelings even catch up. That's when you know you're unstoppable. Fear hit. Every day you wait is a day closer to the life you don't want. Someone else is living your dream right now because they acted when you didn't. Excitement lift. But that also means, you can steal it back. You can be that person. You can be the one people watch and say, wow, they're lucky. But it's not luck, it's movement. Close. If you're done waiting for motivation and you're ready to start building, hit subscribe right now. This channel is all about cutting the excuses, building your online income, and making your future self proud. Don't wait for motivation, start moving. And I'll see you in the next one.